Hello and welcome to the Nostalgia Film Podcast. This is episode 6, and today James couldn't join us, but I still do have Joe with me.
Hello, people of America.
Okay, that's like his catchphrase. But, yeah.
No,
Okay. Joe, what are we doing this episode?
in this episode, I will be reviewing The Hangover 3 and The Great Gatsby. Um, we will do our top 3 childhood favorites. We're going to be reviewing animated movies, the Toy Story trilogy, Hoodwinked, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2, Finding Nemo, A Bug's Life, Ants, Cars, Wreck-It Ralph, The Croods, and Up. Then we're going to do our worst movie of all time. And then we're going to do the We Recommend. And then that's a wrap.
Okay then, so let's start.
Okay, I'm going to start off by reviewing The Hangover 3. Now, The Hangover 3. I've seen this twice. My opinion hasn't changed. The Hangover 3 was a fun, energetic, vibrant movie, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I would recommend it to anyone. Maybe not everyone, but I will recommend it to anyone who is a fan of the first Hangover movie. And if you don't like the second movie, you'll enjoy this, like me. I'm not sure if you like the first movie and the second movie. I don't think how you'll go with the third one. But I didn't like the second movie. I thought it was garbage. But Hangover 3 is hysterical. It is the funniest movie I've seen all year. Is it the best movie I've seen all year? No way. But it's a really good one. And I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, that's very decent. I actually really want to see this film. I watched The Hangover 2 the other day and I realised how crap it actually was. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, the next film I will be reviewing is The Great Gatsby. Now, this is a new 3D Baz Luhrmann movie. Why did he release it in 3D? Well, that's a good question because it adds to the story. It is a beautiful movie. It is one of the most beautiful movies I've seen all year. Possibly one of the most beautiful movies of the century. I think The Great Gatsby is a wonderful movie. As a fan of the novel, I think Baz Luhrmann portrayed it very well. But there was room for improvement. But I'm not including the novel here. I'm being fair for it as a film because I was fair for it as a film for the Harry Potter movies. So I'm going to be fair for The Great Gatsby. And I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Jordan stars. There were some problems with the adaptation, but I think overall they did that very well. But The Great Gatsby, 4 out of 5 Jordan stars. I think it's a really good movie. And check it out in 3D. It'll add to your experience. I hope Leonardo DiCaprio gets nominated for an Oscar. He was great in this movie.
Okay. I have not really any interest in seeing this movie, but what you say about it, I will believe you.
You better believe me,
I will believe you.
bitch.
I will. Please don't hurt me.
I'm gonna hurt you, bitch.
I don't like that. Anyway, let's move on to the next bit of our podcast.
Yup.
Okay. So, do you want to start this one off again?
Okay. What we're gonna be doing now is our top 3 childhood favorites. Now, for number 3, I have Lilo and Stitch. Have you seen that one?
I saw some of the TV show. Haven't seen like the movie or anything, no.
Because you're an idiot. This is a beautiful movie, 2D animated. Takes me back. I love Lilo and Stitch. It is amazing. Um, I don't have any live action, movies as a kid. I really loved animated movies as a kid, and I think I still love them. I think that's why I cherish them a lot today. But see, I don't have any live action movies on this list. I only have animated movies. So I think they just have a deep thing with me, and they stuck with me ever since. But Lilo and Stitch, this one stuck with me. It was a good one. It's about pets and everything like that. Well, it kind of experiments with stuff like that. I don't think it goes into a lot of detail with stuff like that. But I think, yeah, Lilo and Stitch, it's a wonderful movie. It is gorgeously animated. Check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, my number 3, I'm like Joe, I don't actually have any live actions on here because as a kid I didn't watch any, I wasn't interested. My number 3 is actually Shrek. I can't remember exactly what year the first one came out, but I remember watching it a lot when I was younger. And yeah, it's really good. The series went a bit downhill after that. I don't absolutely hate the fourth one, but I didn't like it either.
I really enjoy Shrek 2.
I didn't mind that one. I think the first one is probably the best one in the series, though.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready for my number 2?
Yep.
My number 2 is Finding Nemo.
Ooh.
Another one we will be reviewing sooner on the podcast. But Finding Nemo, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to say it is a classic animated movie. And I'm going to leave it at that. And we'll go into a little more detail when we review that film later in the podcast.
Okay, my number 2 is Toy Story 1. It's the first one.
Meh.
I really love it. I still love it today. It's one of the best animated features ever made. You've got to check it out, and I'm just going to leave it at that because we're reviewing this later on as well.
Yep. Alright, now I'm going to tell you the best animated film ever made. And that's Toy Story 2.
Yay! That's my number 1 as well.
You only copy me, bitch.
I didn't even know what your list was.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Bitch. You obviously knew what my number 1 was going to be, so shut up. Okay?
Mhm.
You listen to me.
I will.
Toy Story 2, I think we're reviewing this sooner, but so I'm not going to go into much detail. I'm just going to say it is the best animated film of all time.
Yeah.
And it sends a lot of positive messages.
Yeah. And Star Wars references.
Shut up.
Okay.
That's why you've got to stop talking. No, you can talk
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Another one I'd like to mention, like it's not a childhood favorite because it only come out in maybe 2008, but it's Ponyo.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a Japanese animated film. I thought that was beautiful.
I like Japanese animated films because I like manga and all that stuff.
Yep, shut up. You can talk now.
Then why do you keep on telling me to shut up?
Alright, what would we score our list out of 5?
Okay, do you mean like, I give your list, stars? Okay.
Yeah, we'll score our own list
Uh,
and then you'll score mine.
okay. Am I scoring yours first or? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
hurry up.
Okay. I'm gonna score your list a 4 because you put Toy Story 2 on there as your number 1, and that is my favorite animated movie when I was a child. I'm not sure if it still is today, but yeah, that really brought it up from a 3.5.
I'm gonna give yours a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Shrek. Like when I watch it today, I just kind of wonder what the hell I like that for.
I see where you're coming from.
But but I liked all your other picks. I thought they were great,
Okay.
especially Toy Story 2 at number
Yeah,
1.
it deserves it.
Yeah. All right, let's start reviewing some animated movies.
Hell yeah!
No, you shut up. Let me talk, because you cannot do that. Because I told you to shut up. Excuse me? Exactly. Don't be a little bitch, otherwise I'll slap you like a bitch. The first Toy Story movie. You can talk
Alright,
now.
okay. Yeah, the first Toy Story movie is very, very, very good. It has that quite magical and very entertaining, and it's one of the best animated movies I think I've ever seen.
I wouldn't go that it's one of the best animated movies I've ever seen, but it started um, animated movies. So like it started 3D animated movies, and I think that's what we have to thank it for. But we've also got to, thank it for some of the crap 3D animated movies that came out, like Shark Tale and stuff like that, and Cars 2 and blah. Um, so yeah, I love the first Toy Story movie. I don't own it yet, and I will own it one day. I just don't feel like buying it yet, because it's not up there for me right now. It's not on my list of things to get right now, but it will be soon when I really need to get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 5 stars.
What the hell? How can you say that it's the best animated movie of all
I
time
said
and then say,
it's
well,
one of the best animated movies I've seen. One of the best.
no?
That's what I said.
Shut up. Oh, okay, Toy Story 2.
Okay.
Wait, I'd probably give the first Toy Story 5 out of 5 Jordan stuff. I think it's great.
Okay. Yeah, Toy Story 2 is one of the, well, probably the best animated movie ever made. It's funny, it's really entertaining, and it's really entertaining for the whole
I think
family.
I thought it did something that the first Toy Story didn't really do, and that's have a bit of a runtime. Because the first Toy Story movie only went for like 70 minutes, and this one goes for like 95. And I think that's an improvement I think Pixar made.
Mm. I will admit the first Toy Story does feel really short. Mm.
Yeah. It feels like half an hour and it's 70 minutes, and when you watch a movie for half an hour, it kind of seems pointless.
Mm. Yeah. But anyway, this is a really great movie. You gotta check it out if you're a fan of animated movies. It deserves 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely.
5 out of 5 Jordan stars. It's the best animated film of all
Yeah.
time. Now let's move on to Toy Story 3.
Okay, in my opinion, the weakest out of the three, but it's by no means a bad movie. Um,
No way, it's not a bad movie at all. It is the weakest, but it's not a bad
no.
movie.
Um, I can't remember much about it, to be honest. I did really enjoy it though, but when I think of Toy Story, I think Toy Story 2 and a bit of Toy Story 1. It is still really great though.
Yeah.
This one, in my opinion, does deserve a 4, the same as I gave Toy Story 1, but I think Toy Story 1 is slightly better.
I'm gonna give Toy Story 3 4.5. Slightly less than the first two, but no means a bad movie, just room for improvement. I think it got lost because of the 10-year wait. It felt like they weren't sure what they wanted to do at points. But I think that's my only problem with the film.
Definitely.
All right, let's move on to Hoodwinked.
Okay, I thought this movie was alright, I'm not gonna lie. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. I think it's good, but not super good.
I think it's a really, really good animated movie. I don't think it's a good movie, in fact. I just think it's a good animated movie. It's a really short movie, falling under just 80 minutes. But I remember going to the cinemas to see this with my nan. So I just think it has a special place in me, if you kind of get what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
It's kind of a memorable trip to the cinema, and I think, wow, if I can remember that from 8 years ago, then that's something special.
I'm probably gonna give this movie 3 out of 5 stars. As I said, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So, yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. As I watch it back today, I don't think it's amazing, but I do really still have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Alright, now the next film or films we are reviewing will be the Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2.
These movies are decent. Uh,
I like the first one, don't like the second one.
yeah, I like both of them, but they're definitely not really good movies. They are good, but I don't really know what else to say about them, to be honest.
Um, yeah, I get what you mean. There's not that much to say about them. I mean, they're not that memorable. It's just a panda, doing kung fu. But so yeah, there's not that much to remember it by, but it's still a lot of fun and
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie a 3. The
Which
first
one?
one.
I'm gonna give the first one a 3.5. I don't think it's the best movie ever made. I don't think it's the worst film ever made. So
Okay,
yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 2. Um, I think it's slightly better than the first one, but not by much.
Kung Fu Panda 2 sucks.
Really? Well, that is your opinion, but I didn't think it sucked.
Absolutely hate Kung Fu Panda 2. A lot of people love it. I just do not see
I
why.
didn't hate it, but yeah, like the first one, there's not much to remember it by, and there's not much to say about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it 3.5.
I'm just gonna give it a one and a
Ooh,
half.
snap. Yeah,
Yeah. If it wants to be a bitch to me, I'm gonna be a
yeah.
bitch
What did
back.
Transformers 3 do to you?
Yep. It fucked me.
Oh,
Sorry for the
Jesus,
language.
you're weird. Where did the movie touch you? In my special area. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay.
Up the ass.
Okay, next movie, please.
Finding Nemo.
Awesome. It's one of the best animated movies. It's it's actually, I think it's one of the longer animated movies. But it's a great story.
Let me check.
Okay.
Let me check. Shut
Okay.
up, let me check. It goes for 100
Uh,
minutes.
yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's a long animated
Hmm.
movie.
Yeah, but it's really good for the whole family to enjoy. It is, it's quite magical. You really remember it. And the story's
Yeah,
basic. The
it's a
story's
real
basic, but
memorable.
it's really enjoyable. Just a dad looking for his son, and yet it's so entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 Jordan stars. I think it's
I
worthy of
wouldn't give
that
it 5.5, but I would, not 5.5, 5, but I would give it a 4.5. Um,
because you're an asshole and don't have a heart.
Shut up!
Um, let's move on to shut up. Let's move on to A
Okay.
Bug's
I
Life.
didn't like this one, I'm gonna admit.
Who said you could talk?
I did. Now, I didn't, I didn't really like this movie. Um,
Are you back chatting me?
yeah, 'cause you're being a bitch. Wait,
You're
what?
my bitch,
Stop being a
bitch.
bitch, you bitch. Okay, yeah, yeah, I didn't really like this movie. Um, yeah, it's definitely not that memorable in my opinion, but I'm gonna give it a 2. I really didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm struggling to kind of remember it. But I do remember liking it. Well, I remember thinking it's okay. I don't think it's one of the better Pixar films. I don't think it's one of the worst Pixar films. But I'm going to give it a 2.5 just to be
Okay.
in the middle. Okay, let's move on to
This is better than
Ants.
Bug's Life, definitely.
No, I
In
hated
my
it. I hate
opinion,
Ants. I think it's absolute crap.
yeah, this is slightly better. My mum told me to watch this movie, and I did, and I liked it better than Bug's Life, but not that much.
I'm gonna give it a
I'm gonna give it a
2.
two and a
Meh.
half.
It's okay, but you're not gonna remember it in T minus 2
Yep, already
days.
forgotten.
I already forgot, motherfucker.
Joe, stop swearing. There's 5-year-olds watching this. Wait, I don't actually know who's watching this. I don't know.
If they're dumb enough to watch Joseph Akers in the Nostalgia Film Podcast, then they are just retards. But most 5-year-olds
Anyway,
are.
let's move on before we offend half of the world's population. Anyway, the next...
And a lot of parents'
Yes,
children.
okay. Let's move on.
um, what were we
We
talking
just
about
finished
again?
talking about ants. Two
What
and a
did you give
half.
it out of 5 again? Blech.
Oh,
Cars.
great. The first animated movie I saw in the cinema. I went to see this with my mum and dad when it first came out, and
The first animated movie that I saw at the cinema was Finding Nemo.
yeah, but in Cars, I remember liking it a bit, but the only thing I really laughed at in it is where Lightning McQueen was like he won 3 piston cups, and he's like he did what in his cup, and I was like the only person in the whole cinema laughing for some reason, and I felt like a bit of a dick.
I think this movie is meh. I don't think it's
No, it's,
anything
it's
special.
hit and miss.
I don't think it's anything awful. I'm gonna give it
I'm gonna
3
have
out of
to
5
agree
German
with him and
stars.
give it a 3 as well. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not as bad as like Cars 2 or anything. So yeah, let's move on to
Meh.
Cars 2. Um,
Jesus. Are you expecting me
no,
to do
um,
everything?
Cars 2,
Who said we were even talking about
I
Cars
just
2?
assumed it because we did,
Because you assume
because
a
we
lot of
talked about the
things.
first Cars. I thought you wanted to get your opinion on them.
Fine then.
Okay, fine.
Fine then. Have
Yeah,
it
I
your
will.
way.
And yeah, this is not a good movie. The main character is the side character in the first film. Doesn't really make sense, but they
Yeah.
should have just made it a separate movie. Not in the Cars franchise. I think it would have worked a bit better if it wasn't a part of the Cars franchise. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. I really, really,
I'm gonna give it a 1. It is
yeah.
horrible.
I'm good.
It is suicidal.
Okay. Not as suicidal as Jack and Jill, right? Alright. Wait,
Worse
what?
than Jack and Jill.
Say what
This
now?
film is horrible.
Okay then.
Absolute
Anyway,
shite.
okay.
The next film is Wreck-It
This is
Ralph.
awesome. All the video game references make it better than what it actually is, in my opinion. Um, it's a very good movie, very good animated. The 3D is good, the quality's good, everything about it is good, and it features.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in
Yeah, it
3D. Was it
was.
good in
And
3D?
they showed Sonic the Hedgehog in it, so I'm happy.
Was it amazing in 3D?
I wouldn't say completely amazing, but it was good in 3D.
Should I see it in 3D?
Yeah, if you want to.
Should I love it in 3D?
Yeah, well, probably.
It was a 3D. Wait, at the end of this podcast, we're gonna talk about what
Okay.
we think of 3D. I
Okay then.
think that needs to be addressed. But Wreck-It Ralph, I think it's a good movie. I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's a really good movie. I own it on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is spectacular. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 Jordan stars. I think it's a really
Yeah.
good movie, but I don't think it's as great as everybody
Joe
says it is.
said Joe had his time to quote Jeremy Johns, but I'm gonna say I would buy it on Blu-ray if I had a Blu-ray player. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, good for you. How about we move on to The
Yeah,
Cruise?
this movie is great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's really, really good.
Yeah,
4 out of
yeah,
5.
4 definitely. I wouldn't give it a 5, but yeah, I think that's. I know I
I
said I
said
wouldn't
4.
give it a 5, and I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. How about
Uh,
Up?
okay. I'm gonna admit I'm not the biggest fan of this movie.
I think it's really, really
Yeah, I
depressing.
thought I was the only person who got that. I saw it. I was like, "Wow, this is quite a depressing animated movie."
I'm like,
Mm.
wow. They make this movie
I
for kids?
I didn't really like it though, to be honest. It had a couple of bits of funny dialogue, but
You know, it's the first movie since Beauty of the Beast to get nominated for Best
wait,
Film.
really? And I
Yep.
didn't like it. Okay.
I think Up is a great movie. It just needed to slow down a bit. Like, I think it was taking on so much information so quickly, but still 4.5 out of 5 Jordan stars. I think I really, really
uh,
loved it.
I'm gonna give
I
it
own
a
it,
3.
so
It
I
had
love it.
a few bits of funny dialogue, but that's the only bits of the movie I really.
I don't think it's
It has a
really a
couple of funny
funny
bits.
movie. I just think it's no, I didn't find it funny. It's just a
I
really
didn't like it.
adventurous
Let's just
movie.
move on.
Alright, now we're just gonna discuss our the worst movie we have ever
Okay then.
seen.
I've actually got a top 3 list. It's gonna be hard to decide which one's number 1.
Oh, I know
Is it
what's
movie?
number one for
Is it?
me, but I only have
Is
one.
it movie
I only
43?
have one anyway. So let's just do
3.
your two, and then we'll
Okay.
catch up. Oh yeah, whatever. And then I'll
Bad
do
movies
my
should
one
not be
because
put
I
in
only have
order.
one.
So I have Scary Movie 5, Movie 43, and Jack and Jill. I hate Adam Sandler.
You're gonna hate me for this, but mine is Transformers 3.
Oh my god.
Dude, it
That's it.
is
I'm
so
done. I'm done.
shitty. Okay then. Right. The Nostalgia Film
No,
Podcast just has
I'm
to go
back.
to a short break.
You shut
Freaking
up, Akshan.
retard. Shut up,
I
dick
better not say
sucker.
what I just thought of. What? Because there's a small guilt emotion. Let's move on. Okay, you
Transformers 3
you make
is
me
just horrible.
you make me sick.
You make me sick.
It's not a terrible movie. It's not. It's not
Yes, it
terrible.
is.
It's
Are
no, I'm
you
not. It's
kidding me
not.
right now?
It's
It
not
is a horror
awesome.
movie.
It's
It is
not
the
like
worst movie
really,
of all
really
time.
awesome, but it's not really, really bad.
You know, I was talking to someone today and they said
I
Avatar
didn't.
was the worst
Well, I
movie
thought
they've ever
Avatar was
seen.
too long. That's and I didn't. I thought
Well, I think Transformers
it's
3
two
is too long.
hours and 15 minutes.
It's 2.5 hours, you
Well,
dumbo.
if you count the
Elephant.
credits, then yeah, it is an hour and a half.
No.
Yeah,
2 hours and a
Avatar's like
half.
almost 3 hours. But whatever.
But Avatar had a better
I'm
story,
not
even
gonna
though the
argue
story
with
was
you
so
again.
crappy.
I don't
This
want this to
story is
go over to another
crappier.
podcast because, yeah, we already argued about what we both think about this movie in one of the previous podcasts. So Shut up!
Transformers 3 is just dreadful.
I
I don't know why you even
Because I
like
like
it. The
Transformers.
slightest bit.
But
That's no reason to like it.
yeah. Shut up. Move on. You have insulted my
Exactly.
you have insulted stuff that doesn't exist. I don't know.
I have insulted your intelligence.
Have you? Okay, let's move on.
Really
I'm
have.
not stupid. I don't think I am.
Because you know
Maybe
you're
I am.
wrong.
Maybe I'm not. You'll never know.
Maybe you are. So let's just move on. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. But how about we move on to a positive note and our recommendation for the
Ooh,
week?
okay then. Can we recommend movies that we're watching this week? Or does it have to be one we've seen? Okay then.
It has to be one we've seen. Otherwise, we may recommend shit.
Okay then. I recommend I recommend Terminator 2.
Why?
No,
Didn't you already
I
recommend that?
recommended Looper twice in a row for some reason. But yeah. Um, yeah, I'm picking Terminator 2 because it's the best one out of the series, and if you like robots that kill shit, then you're gonna like it. It's quite long though, about two hours and 35 minutes or something like that. But yeah, it is a very good movie though.
Alright, you may not have seen this one, but a lot of people hate it, but I really, really like it. Um, it is
I
Dude,
have not
Where's
even
My
heard of
Car?
that.
It's a Ashton Kutcher, Sean William Scott movie. It's a really funny movie. Maybe a little too short, but it's wildly
Okay then, I
hilarious.
think we're gonna move on to be talking about 3D. Is that the next thing on the list? Okay,
Yep,
o-
and that's the last
okay,
thing on the
yeah,
list.
the one thing that really, if a movie's out in 3D, I see it in 3D. I don't know why, but it really pisses me off when I see the movie and the 3D doesn't even hinder it in the slightest. And then, yeah, then I see
Like
movies
Jack the Giant
that
Slayer.
weren't in 3D, that I think that the 3D could have been used there. I get confused. I really do.
But sometimes, like in Life of Pi and The Great Gatsby, the 3D adds to the experience. So you got to be careful when you're picking your 3D movies because you might be picking something amazing to see in 3D, and you might be
I
might
saw
be
Wreck
picking
It
something
Ralph in
kind of
3D, and I
useless.
thought, yeah, it was good in 3D. I see animated movies in 3D because you know that they are probably going to be really good.
Yeah, but was it good in a fact that it had a lot of depth, or was it good that they had a lot of stuff
Depth.
thrown at you or whatever? Yeah. So you like when the kind of background just kind of pushes back and the characters are kind of coming at you a bit. I mean that's good. That's what depth is. So like say I have my hand in front of the computer right now and like I move my hand slightly forward to my face. That's what kind of depth is where something is kind of pushing back and kind of, eliminating
Yeah.
something in the background.
But yeah, 3D is good on some movies, but if there's movies, there is always going to be at least like what in a year maximum. Wait, scrap that. There's always going to be some films that have 3D that really don't need it, and there's always going to be movies that don't have 3D but need it.
There's about one third of the
Mm,
movies that come out
yeah,
they're in 3D.
I even think The Hangover 3 was in 3D, wasn't it? Okay then. I
No,
know Man of Steel is going to be in 3D though. I'm probably going to see it
I
in
don't get the
3D for
point of
extra
that.
depth, but yeah.
I don't think
Mm,
it's going to have a lot of depth. But that's our opinions on 3D. Out of 5, what would we
depends
give the
what
3D
movie we're talking
experience?
about, but I think most of the time I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I just do not see the
Okay,
point of
you know
3D
Jaws
movies.
3, it was made to have 3D put on it, and my dad went to see it in the cinema when it first came out, and he said the 3D was terrible. It's like, that was quite a long time ago, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I think that's the end of this week's Nostalgia Film Podcast. If it's short, we're really sorry, but it's the best we could do at this time. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night at my time, and so yeah, it's the best we could do. So make sure to like,
Peace
favorite,
out.
subscribe, and share. That's a wrap. There's some problems with the adaptation, but I think overall they did that very well. But The Great Gatsby, 4 out of 5 Jordan stars. I think it's a really good movie. And check it out in 3D. It'll add to your experience. I hope Leonardo DiCaprio gets nominated for an Oscar. He was great in this movie.
Okay. I have not really any interest in seeing this movie, but what you say about it, I will believe you.
You better believe me,
I will believe you.
bitch.
I will. Please don't hurt me.
I'm gonna hurt you, bitch.
I don't like that. Anyway, let's move on to the next bit of our podcast.
Yup.
Okay. So, do you want to start this one off again?
Okay. What we're going to be doing now is our top 3 childhood favorites. Now, for number 3, I have Lilo and Stitch. Have you seen that one?
I saw.
Okay, I'm going to start off by reviewing The Hangover 3. Now, Hangover 3. I've seen this twice. My opinion hasn't changed. Hangover 3 was a fun, energetic, vibrant movie, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I would recommend it to anyone. Maybe not everyone, but I will recommend it to anyone who is a fan of you know, of the first Hangover movie. And if you don't like the second movie, you'll enjoy this, like me. I'm not sure if you like the first movie and the second movie. I don't think how you'll go with the third one. But I didn't like the second movie. I thought it was garbage. But Hangover 3 is hysterical. It is the funniest movie I've seen all year. Is it the best movie I've seen all year? No way. But it's a really good one. And I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, that's very decent. I actually really want to see this film. Some of the TV show. Haven't seen like the movie or anything, no.
Because you're an idiot. Um, this is a beautiful movie, 2D animated. Um, takes me back. I love Lilo and Stitch. It is amazing. Um, I don't have any live action, movies as a kid. I really loved animated movies as a kid, and I think I still love them. I think that's why I cherish them a lot today. But see, I don't have any live action movies on this list. I only have animated movies. So I think they just have a deep thing with me, and they stuck with me ever since. But Lilo and Stitch, this one stuck with me. It was a good one. It's about pets and everything like that. Well, it kind of experiments with stuff like that. I don't think it goes into a lot of detail with stuff like that. But I think, yeah, Lilo and Stitch, it's a wonderful movie. It is gorgeously animated. Check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, my number. Hello and welcome to the Nostalgia Film Podcast. This is episode 6, and today James couldn't join us, but I still do have Joe with me.
Hello, people of America.
Okay, that's like his catchphrase. But, yeah.
No,
Okay. Joe, what are we doing this episode?
in this episode, I will be reviewing The Hangover 3 and The Great Gatsby. Um, we will do our top 3 childhood favorites. We're going to be reviewing animated movies, the Toy Story trilogy, Hoodwinked, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2, Finding Nemo, A Bug's Life, Ants, Cars, Wreck-It Ralph, The Croods, and Up. Then we're going to do our worst movie of all time. And then we're going to do the We Recommend. And then we're going to... That's a wrap.
Okay then, so let's start. I watched The Hangover 2 the other day and I realised how crap it actually was. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, the next film I will be reviewing is The Great Gatsby. Now, this is a new 3D Baz Luhrmann movie. Why did he release it in 3D? Well, that's a good question because it adds to the story. It is a beautiful movie. It is one of the most beautiful movies I've seen all year. Possibly one of the most beautiful movies of the century. I think The Great Gatsby is a wonderful movie. As a fan of the novel, I think Baz Luhrmann portrayed it very well. But you know, there was room for improvement. But I'm not including the novel here. I'm being fair for it as a film because I was fair for it as a film for the Harry Potter movies. So I'm going to be fair for The Great Gatsby. And I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Jordan stars. There were